How many over 70% for fear? Okay, so we got like just about a handful. Everyone else is afraid to raise their hand. I don't know if I would test high in this, but as I achieve different levels, I feel more fear the higher, not the higher, but the more achievement I have, the more just there's more people saying things about me that aren't true, and just all the stuff that goes along with it. So I feel fear more than I ever have, which is it's not the coolest feeling. So your strengths, your ability to think ahead. And I think this is the C in me as well, just sharp analytical skills, thorough troubleshooting, distorted beliefs, procrastination and avoidance, pessimism, cynicism. Comfort is more important than growth. We actually went through this in one of our men's groups about just being in a comfort versus growth mode. Questions to consider. What are the things that you're avoiding? What does business planning look like for you? So these folks aren't necessarily good business planners. And if you have someone in your organization that you're trying to make into a leader that has fear, it may not make for a good sort of forward-thinking person. What is your biggest fear about yourself? Key transformations, acknowledging fear rather than acting it out. And I think, Cody, you raised your hand for this one, right? Yeah, and you're really good at just being like, okay, this sounds really scary, but and just step into it. Like the freaking transaction fees. You know, like a year from now when you collected like 25 grand of transaction fees or more, you'd be like, oh, that was interesting. Should have done that 2 years ago. So just acknowledging your fear rather than acting it out, embracing discomfort. That's one thing I've become really good at, is that I'm just going to do it. I'm going to declare different things and make stuff happen and fail really fast and try to do my best and learn real quick and start a coaching company and just try to impact lives and show all the mistakes that I've made. And just embracing that discomfort, like who really gives, like what people think of you doesn't matter. And just being in, most of the discomfort with growth is standing in front of your team and telling them to get into the office early, or we're going to have to adhere to this buyer management lead policy, or, I mean, it's not stuff. There's bigger things that are going on in the world, and we just have this fear around those things. And just decisive, courageous action.